Hello students, you are welcome to Nuni Search English classes. Today we'll study 4th chapter of grade 12 and the chapter is The Rat Trap. It's written by Selma Lagerlof. Study point of this chapter are we'll study about the author, key vocab of the chapter, explanation, theme and the message. So to begin with, we'll peep into the life of the author. Selma Lagerlof was born in 1858 and died in 1940. Her full name was Selma Ottila Lovisa Lagerlof and she was from Sweden. She was a Swedish author and teacher and she published her first novel, Gösta Berling's Saga, at the age of 33. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, which she was awarded in 1909. Additionally, she was the first woman to be granted a membership in the Swedish Academy in 1914. Her stories have been translated into many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them, and the theme is a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. Means a human being, a person can be changed into the better human being if he or she is treated with love, kindness, care, respect and regard. This story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, which is rich in iron ore, which figures large in the history and legend of that country. The story is told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. So now we'll see the vocab of the chapter. First phrase is keep body and soul together. It means to remain alive somehow, to continue to be alive on a very meager resources. Plods along the road. Plods along the road means to walk along the road, walk down the road with heavy steps because of tiredness and fatigue. Impenetrable prison. Prison which cannot be broken and which cannot be escaped away from. Eased his way means he walked down his way and it was easy for him. Things have gone downhill means something went very wrong with him. Hunger gleamed in his eyes. His eyes were giving a hint that he was hungry. He was not able to satisfy his hunger. Unwanted joy, strange and unusual joy. Unwanted means strange and unusual. Nodded a haughty consent. When we allow people nodding our head, that is called nodded. A haughty consent means allowed with a sense of ego. Fallen into a line of thought means he started thinking about a particular idea. Now we'll see the explanation of the chapter. So the first is the rat trap seller. Rat trap seller used to make rat traps and sell them. He had to commit thievery other than begging. He used to earn his livelihood through different activities. First one was to make rat traps and sell them. And for making rat traps, he used to go to the farmhouses of the big farmers and used to beg the scrap from there. So some metallic bits and some metallic things like wire and all, he used to get from the farmhouses of the people. But it was not enough for him. To remain alive, he had to just commit some thievery also. Sometimes he used to steal the things from the people also. He was, in a way we can say, he was a thief also. His clothes were torn and his physique was in a very poor condition. By stealing things from the people and begging and selling rat traps, even then he was not able to earn a good amount of money and he was always in rags. He always put on torn clothes and due to the shortage of food and unavailability of the balanced food, his body was very lean and thin. He was suffering from the malnutrition, simply speaking, we can say that. Led a monotonous life. There were no varieties in his life, and it was very boring. The same routine. Throughout the day, in the morning, he started begging, then making red traps, selling them, committing thievery and all. And this was his profession 24/7. As a result, his life was full of boredom. He had no companions, no friends, and he never was accepted as a respectable citizen of the society. So the people did not show kindness towards him. So his life was very bored, full of boredom. Once he philosophized life as rat trap, and the idea appealed him too much. One day he was just walking down his way, and suddenly an idea hit his mind. And the idea was he started comparing this world to rat trap. Like rat trap is a device which is used to catch the mouse. The same way he thinks that this world is a place which traps people. How? In the upcoming lines we'll see that. He says the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages. Simply speaking, this world itself, he refers to this world, was nothing but a big rat trap. Means he wants to say, you go anywhere, you go to villages, you go to cities, you go to natural habitats, everywhere the world is a trap for you. No place is an exception in this case. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. And he says that the single purpose of this world is to attract the people and trap them. Now he compares to the rat trap. Like in a rat trap, we set a piece of chapati or a cake or a pork as per our choice and availability of the things. And the door of entrance of the trap is opened. When the mouse comes, he feels very tempted to get inside and have a bite of that piece. The moment he touches the piece of that cheese or chapati or pork, the entrance gets closed in on him. He says the same way, this world offers us so many things. And what are those things? Power, position, money, name and fame. All these things are nothing but bait. These things are object of temptation. And to gain all these things, to achieve all these, in our attempt to achieve all these things, we fall victim of the worldly system. And our condition becomes just like the mouse who is trapped inside the cage. Once we enter into the battle of getting all these things, we start fall into the line of competition with the people, earning more and more name and fame. We start working with our ego to become somebody. Once we fall into the line of that battle, it's very difficult to come out of it. The way mouse cannot come out of the trap, the same way once we initiate all these things, it becomes very difficult to get out of this rut of the worldly system. And he says the world with its lands and seas and everything, and its purpose is just to trap the human beings and the people. It offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the rat trap offered cheese and pork. And soon as anyone left himself be tempted to touch that bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. He says, whatever the list of the things he has given, he says, these things are the form of baits for human beings. We are working for these things only. We want to continue our life on this earth to achieve the things mentioned over here. And from the day one on this planet till our last day, we hardly do anything else than doing these things. That's why he says that the world is a big rat trap, and human beings who are full of, especially those human beings are compared to rats, who are full of passion, desire, and ambition, especially over ambitious people and desirous people are called the rats, being trapped into rat trap of this world. Then he says, the world had never been kind to the vagabond, the author says. Salman Lagerlof tells us, the world had never been kind to vagabond, thus he always thought ill of it. Vagabond, the word used for the rat trap seller. Vagabond means the homeless wanderer. So because no one liked him, no one supported him, so he was having no respect for this world and the people living in this world. He always thought negatively about the people in this world. His philosophy became his favorite pastime. Now, this idea that this world is nothing but a rat trap gave him a lot of pleasure. Whenever he was all alone walking down his way, he always pondered on this thought and felt very happy. He used to draw happiness out of this idea and his philosophy of this life and this world. Some people already trapped, others circling around to be trapped. And this was his belief that the people who are extremely ambitious and have strong desire to do something and to become somebody, to achieve something, such type of the people fall into the trap of this worldliness. And he says many people are trapped, and great number of the people, they are circling around, means they are preparing themselves to fall into this battle of name and fame and earning this much and achieving that, this and that. So some already trapped and some are getting ready to involve themselves in the same process. So they are compared to the rat who is already trapped and the rats who are circling around the rat trap. Tramps meeting with the old farmer. Third name for rat trap seller. So rat trap seller, vagabond and tramp. 4 or 5 different names are used. So students, make a note of all these names. All mean same, means homeless wanderer. Says one dark evening, the tramp came across a small cottage. We can see over here the road going down, and just at the bank of, at the edge of this road, you can see this small hut, a cottage is there. So when he was going down his way, he came across a small cottage. He knocked at the door to ask for the shelter for the night. He wanted to stay with the owner and wanted to spend his night time in that cottage. Unlike the other people, the old man welcomed him to his cottage. Wherever he used to go, he was not given a respect. He was not welcomed. But this old man was different from all the people in the society. He gave him respect, and respectfully he showed him in. He invited him in and allowed him to stay with him during the night. The tramp, this rat trap seller, this vagabond, was offered porridge for the dinner. The old man prepared food and they both took that food. Porridge in our language we call it dalia. Both smoked and played Majolis until bedtime. After taking their last meal of the day, that is dinner, they started playing cards, the game which is named as Majolis. Both discussed a lot of things about past, especially the old farmer. The old farmer became very friendly with the tramp and he shared his past, discussing and touching almost all the aspects of his life. The vagabond got greedy. The old man showed the money he had earned by selling his cow milk. The old man told him that once upon a time he used to work in iron mill, then he did farming, and now he is having his cow, and by selling the milk of the cow he is earning his livelihood. But when he read the face of the vagabond, he felt that he was not ready to believe in what he was saying. So just to make him convinced. He took out the pouch which was hanging nearby the window, and he just took out 30 kronos which were kept inside the pouch, and he showed the vagabond. Says that, see, you can see these 30 kronos, they are earned by selling the milk of my cow. And the sight of those 30 kronos triggered a fire of greed in the heart of the vagabond, the tramp, the rat trap seller. It was first time he became greedy. Greed sprouted in him, we can say. The vagabond got greedy and stole the money the next morning. After this incident and playing cards, they bade good night to each other. In the morning, they got up in the good season, means early in the morning, and the farmer started to do his routine job. Vagabond also don't feel it good to remain in the bed. So he also got up and he took to his way. But after walking certain distance, he came back and found that the old man was not in his cottage. He had already gone out for his routine job and work. So he broke the window and took that pouch in which 30 kronos were put and then ran away. Now he was afraid to being arrested, so left the main road and took to jungle path. He knew that when the old farmer will come, that old man would come. So definitely when he would find the money missing, he would go to police station and file a case against him. Obviously he'll lodge FIR against him. He'll get arrested by the police. So he thought it better not to continue his activities in the society. So he took to jungle path. He left that way. On the way, he reminded himself about his philosophy of the world being a rat trap. And then he reminded. He used to think that people are getting ambitious, they are getting greedy, and because of greed, they do the wrong things. But now he realized that because of his greed only, he stole 30 kronos, and he realized he was the victim of the rat trap. He was trapped into the rat trap. And he feels that now he himself was also trapped. Tramp in the iron factory. So in this way, he started moving into jungle. Initially, when he started his journey into jungle, it was a little bit easy for him to make his way through the forest, bushes and trees and everything. But the moment he started towards the center of the forest, he went into the deep forest, the things became denser. Bushes and trees, they became denser and they started blocking his path fiercely and strongly. Now it was not easy for him to escape and just walk easily. He had to struggle very hard. Actually, students, this is very metaphorical. Salma Lagerlof wants to tell us one thing, that the world of crime is just like a jungle. In the initial phase, when the young and the youth, they get tempted, they deviate from the right path, initially it is very appealing to them and they fall into the trap of that easiness of that one. They get tempted. But once they get into the deeper aspect of that one, they come to know the reality. The things become very complicated. The things become very bad, worse and then worst, you can say. The life becomes hellish into that dimension of life. The way when we go into the heart of the forest, so things become very dense. It becomes very difficult for us to just move and walk. The same way, the world of crime also becomes very complicated. It's not that much easy to us. And that's why the comparison is very apt over here. So he continues walking, and throughout the day he continuously kept walking. Towards evening, He was completely exhausted. By the way, the weather conditions were very adverse. It was very chilly outside, and a little rain also happened. And because of no food and continuous journey and weak body, he got exhausted and he fell down on the ground. When he fell down on the ground, his head hit the ground. He heard the thumping sound. Means when the train passes, we know that because of the speed and pressure, the earth vibrates. The same way, when he fell down, he heard some vibration in the earth. Because close by one factory was there, iron factory was there, and the people over there, they were working and they were hitting with the hammer. So that hitting of the hammer was creating vibration in the earth. When he just put his ear to the ground, he heard that vibration. He rose from the ground, looked in that direction, and in the dimness of the evening, he could see the light was filtering through the trees, and he started moving in the direction of the light, in the source of the light, and he reached the iron factory. The blacksmith and his attendant didn't pay any attention to him. The tramp searched for the factory and went into the stay for the night. So he went over there. He entered the factory, and the blacksmith and his attendant didn't pay any attention to him because it was routine. Almost every now and then, the people used to come over there and spend their night in the factory. They used to save themselves against the weather conditions. They were vagabonds, they were tramps, homeless wanderers, thieves, and all. So it was a routine with the blacksmith and his assistant. So they didn't pay much of the attention. When he asked for coming in, they allowed him. The ironmaster comes on night round. The ironmaster was very much famous and popular because of the quality of iron he was supplying. And behind this quality and the brand was very hard work of that man. So he used to come at patrol, the night vigilance round, to check whether the people in the night shift were working properly or not, because he did not want to bring the name of his company down in any way. So when he came on the night round, he found one tramp was there, a person was there who was in rags, you can say tattered and torn clothes. And then when he looked at the person, he took off his hat. By the way, he had covered his head. This rat trap seller had covered his head with the hat and he slept. So Ironmaster removed that hat and identified him as his old regimental comrade, and he requested him to go along with him to his home. But the tramp denies his request. He said no because he was apprehensive. He was afraid about the disclosure of his true identity. He knew if this Ironmaster came to know about his true status, the reality that he was a thief, he would send him to jail. The Ironmaster goes back to his house and sends his daughter Edla Wilmanson. So the Ironmaster bid good night and he left the factory. But blacksmith knew that Ironmaster was not that much easygoing person. He never gave up easily. He knew that he would go to home and send his daughter to take him along. So he sent his daughter Edla Wilmanson. Edla came over there and she sensed in the first sight that something was wrong with the man. She was a great psychologist. When she looked at the behavior, clothes, and responses of that man, she understood that man was not her father's regimental comrade, rather he was somebody who had committed some crime, some criminal. He appeared her some criminal. She assured him no harm and thus persuaded him to go to their house. When Edla Wilmanson, like her father, requested the man to go along with her, the tramp denied initially. But Edla was very wise and great psychologist. She persuaded him by saying that she gave her words that their main intention was to celebrate Christmas with a guest who could be the tramp. And because they were not having any intention of harming him anyway, if he comes and celebrates Christmas in their company, they won't cause any type of the harm, and the tramp was free to leave the house as per his own convenience. When Edla Wilmanson gave her words to the tramp, then he got assured and he gained some confidence out of the conversation with Edla, and he agreed to go along. The ragamuffin also agreed. Ragamuffin, another name for vagabond. So, rat trap seller, ragamuffin, tramp, and vagabond. Four names for the same person. He agreed finally and accompanied Edla to their house. When they both reached to home, Edla's father said, the ironmaster said that she was worse than a priest or preacher, you can say. Means he wants to say that she was a great persuader. The true identity of the vagabond reveals on the ironmaster. Now the tramp took bath and he changed himself. Ironmaster gave him his new dress. So when after taking bath, after shaving himself and putting on new clothes, when he came out, so in the broad daylight, Ironmaster recognized him that he was not his regimental friend, and he became very angry with him. The Ironmaster was surprised to see the rat trap seller and threatened to get him arrested. And he said that because he had cheated the Ironmaster, he said that he would make a complaint and get him arrested. At this, this tramp, rat trap seller, started giving him his philosophy of life. That is, the world being rat trap. He said that you are doing very wrong. Because he said that first I was not ready. You people forced me to come to your home. And now you are threatening me of getting arrested and getting me behind the bars. This is not a good idea. Today I do agree that I'm trapped in this worldliness. Today it has happened with me, but Mr. Ironmaster, tomorrow the same can happen with you also. Because of your overambition and desire and greed, you also can fall the victim of such type of situation. Don't forget that. When the rat trap seller just convinced him with this thing, Ironmaster became a little bit soft. So he dropped the idea of getting him arrested, but asked him to get lost from his house. Then Edla Wilmanson came and intervened. Edla Wilmanson intervened the issue. She came in the issue and requested her father to allow him to celebrate Christmas along with them. She said that he was called. He was invited just for the celebration on the eve of Christmas, and just it's a matter of one day. Whether he goes today or tomorrow, what's the difference? Let him stay back, let him enjoy, and tomorrow he can go. So father also somehow got convinced, but he warned his daughter that if anything goes wrong because of this man's stay in our house, then you would be responsible. The tramp did nothing but slept only. Now it was first time in his life that rat trap seller had got food on time, comfortable environment, soft bed, new clothes. What else required? And he was tired. He was drained with energy. He was fatigued. So he did nothing. He just slept. After waking, he took meal and then once again went to bed. In this way, most of his time he spent in the house. He remained asleep only. The next day, the Ironmaster and Edla went to church for prayer. They were stunned to know that the man was a thief. When they went to church, people were discussing about the incident which happened with the old farmer, that somebody had stolen, a tramp, a vagabond, a rat trap seller had stolen his 30 kronors. And when Ironmaster and his daughter Edla Wilmanson heard this description of that man, the person is having rat traps around his hanging around his neck and his rat trap seller. Then they realized the truth of that man, and Iron Master became very much worried. He asked and started criticizing his daughter that this is because of you, now we are in trouble. By the time we'll get to home, nobody knows what would happen. We are sure, he says that the man must have gone by now, taking almost everything with him. So they started very fast for their home. The Iron Master gets worried and criticizes his daughter for staying him and making him stay back. Rat Trap Seller's letter to Adlerville Mansion. The young girl opened the package. So they reached to home. Both of them, they debodied from the vehicle and ran towards the house. Iron Master, in his worried tone, he asked his attendants and servants where the rat trap seller was, and they said that he had left the home. And he became even more worried that he had done something wrong. That's why he left the home in their absence. But the attendant said that he hadn't taken anything with him, rather, he had left something for Adlerville Mansion. When that something was given, it was a gift, by the way. He had left a gift for Adlerville Mansion. The young girl opened the package. That package was a gift pack, which was so badly done. Means he had roughly wrapped a cover around those things which were presented to Adlerville Mansion. So the contents came into view. When that package was given to Adlerville Mansion, the things inside became visible to her. She needn't work very hard to just unwrap that cover. It was already open. She gave a little cry of joy while she found a small rat trap and 3 wrinkled notes of kroner, 30 kroner bills, and along with them there was a letter also. So he left 3 things for Adlerville Mansion: rat trap, a small rat trap, second thing 30 kronors which he had stolen from the old farmer, and third was the letter. In that letter he had written, the letter read, Adlerville Mansion started reading, and the letter read, "Honored and noble miss, since you have been so nice to me all day long, as if I was a captain, I want to be nice to you in return, as if I was a real captain." And this is the punchline, the line which indicates that humane treatment makes people real human. And this is the universal theme that we are told runs across almost all the stories written by Selma Lagerlöf. For I do not want you to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief, but you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside who has the money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bait for the poor wanderers. He said that I am not a thief, by the way. My intention was not to just commit thievery in the house of that man. By the way, he is a small thief. We are told in the beginning of the chapter also. But he says that when I saw those 30 kronors and that pouch hanging over there, uncared and unattended, so it triggered a small desire of stealing. And this is the universal thing. This is how people become thieves. A greed. And why greed? Their want. Because they are short on resources. They want to satisfy their basic needs. And in attempt of satisfying their needs, they fall into the trap of such type of the illegal activities, immoral activities. But he says that somewhere I am a culprit. I committed a crime, definitely I do agree, but to some extent that old farmer is also responsible for that. This is what he wants to communicate through this letter. The rat trap is a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if hadn't been raised to captain, because in that way he got power to clear himself. And writing with friendship and high regard, written with friendship and high regards, Captain Wonstel. Underneath the letter, he puts his signature, Captain Wonstel. Wonstel was his name, but why? he wrote captain? This is the question, and it's very much important question, students. Actually, he wrote the word captain. He indicates that throughout the day, despite his reality known to Miss Edla Wilmanson, she treated him just like a very good human being, a respected human being, like a captain. And he says that now onwards, I would try to behave like a captain. Behave like a captain means behave like a good person, gentle person, a respected person of the society. Because you made me realize that humanity has no cost at all. So it was a written promise from the side of a tramp to Edla Wilmanson that now onwards I'll try to improve my character and I'll maintain this dignity till the end of my life. This is the meaning of this signature at the end of this letter. So this was the chapter, students. Now the theme. Hearty transformation of human beings is possible through love and respect. If we treat human beings in the right way, with the right paradigm, with love, care, affection, obviously it will impact them. And more than punishment, they can be changed, they can be transformed if they are loved, they are cared, and if they are treated with respect and regards. This is what Selma Lagerlöf at least believes in. Message. The message of the story is that most human beings are prone to fall into the trap of material benefit. Means majority of the people can deviate from the right path due to the circumstances, because everybody is not that much strong and tough not to bend in front of the adverse situations. There are certain people who are just exception. Whatever may happen to them, but they will just continue to walk on their righteous path. But it's not possible for everybody. It cannot be expected from everybody. So they tend to fall into the trap of their greed and ambition. However, every human being has an essential goodness that can be awakened through understanding and love. So, but treatment is also there. Selma Lagerlöf wants to communicate the message that if these human beings who have either already deviated or who are about to deviate, if they are treated properly with love, kindness, respect and regard, they can be changed. Possibilities are there. A human being has the tendency to redeem himself. Tendency, inborn quality and instinct and desire. To redeem himself, to set him free from dishonest ways. Everyone wants to be loved, wants to be respected, wants to be regarded. If that love, regard and respect comes to them by following the righteous path, they will love to come back and improve their ways. And students, this is the fact and the psychological fact. If we get into the history of all the great criminals of this world, small or great makes no difference. If we get into the history of the criminals, we'll find somewhere they deviated because of the hatred of the people. Someone pinched them and then they deviated. Something went wrong. It might be known to people, it might not be known. Sometimes the issues are so subtle, we don't know them, we can't grasp them. But their bad experiences from the life force them to change their path. Selma Lagerlöf says that human beings can be converted into very good beings if they are treated with love, kindness, respect and regard. So that's all, students. We'll see you soon with the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.